Welcome to RVing in New England, the nation's only forum that puts you on stage with some of the biggest names in the RV industry. And now your hosts, John DePietro and Bob Zagami.
Good evening. I'm John DePietro. Welcome to our show tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the other John DePietro.
The other John DePietro. I think it's the one that is messing with our racing credentials.
Yeah, we got company tonight.
Uncle Bernie. There we go.
Happy New Year.
How can we start the new year without Uncle Bernie?
Bernie, shouldn't you be?
How do you sing Old Lang Syne or whatever the hell that's?
Yeah, I was going to say, shouldn't you be singing some New Year's song?
Should all acquaintance be forgot? You got the rest of it. Never mind.
Oh, good, because I saw a whole bunch of viewers just click off.
Oh, wow.
Up top.
I can't believe Roy got here on time along with Pat, Don and Pat Haas. That was wonderful. And Estelle's right on time. Dante, Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
And we got Bill Sell in the green room. We're going to spend a couple of minutes talking about Facebook Live. So, a lot of people, John, probably, what do we got? Yeah, we got enough to release the cat out of the bag. But a lot of people are probably wondering why you're sitting at home in front of the brick wall and not getting ready in Tallahassee to head over to Quartzsite.
Well,
so, let me just, where was it? Okay, Zagami. Oh, there it is.
There it is. So here's the update. The end result is the show must go on, and the show will go on. And you know what? A couple weeks ago, before we were ready to go, we took a little. We got in our car, and we drove. We drove up to Campers Inn.
How many layers are you going to take off tonight? Anyway. Put the little black box up there.
We drove up to Campers
That's enough for now, John.
and had a nice interview with Greg. And we began our trip. And then we went to Campers Inn down in Selma, North Carolina, which is right outside Raleigh. We had our unit summarized, not de-winterized. See, guys, they use new terms in the South. They call it summarized instead of de-winterized. And after that, we were heading south, and we stopped at Buc-ee's. I don't know if you have a logo for Buc-ee's, but we did stop at Buc-ee's. And we wanted to stop at all of our sponsors because we were driving a Winnebago. We were RVing, as in go RVing. We stopped at Campers Inn. And we were ready to stop the next night at Spacious Skies in Savannah and write a story for Woodall's and feel cool because we were protected by Easy Care. And at the same time, my wife was not feeling well when we were at a rest area at 6 a.m. in the middle of nowhere in South Carolina. So what we did was I looked at the GPS and said, do we go south or do we go north? But knowing that it was that time of day and she was disoriented. Whether she was confused because she had spent already 2 days with me in the RV, we had to make sure we found out what the scoop was. So we turned around, drove 100 miles north up to Fayetteville, North Carolina, and then spent 11 hours, 6 minutes, and 31 seconds in the waiting room of the emergency room. And then we're told that we were fine and we could go. But rather than chance it, we headed back. And because the show must go on, I will fly out to Quartzsite and we'll continue. And we've got a group of reporters that will be reporting along the way. And one of the places that they're going to report about on the way out there.
This is going to get pretty weird.
They need to. You
got to go back a little bit there. There you go.
Yeah. There you go. Spot tonight.
They need to be able to find a spot in a hurry. You find it, book it, and go. and that is spot tonight. So the long story is my wife is fine. I know she's fine because she's back to watching Fox News 12 hours a day. And, we're cool. So
yeah,
we will, put it on. Thanks, guys. So that's it. That's the end of the show. That show. And we'll get on to the real show now, but it's pretty cool. And we have
that T-shirt.
We have another shirt from
nice.
Spacious Skies, but we're gonna save that till next week. And that's it. We're blessed that. But let me just say one thing. When you're in a medical, I don't want to say emergency, but I guess it's an emergency if you don't know what's going on. Being in an RV just gives you a lot more capability for relaxation, if you will, because she could lie down, and we had water, we had food, we had crackers and all that other stuff. And we could have stayed in that emergency room as long as we needed to, because right outside was our house. So, you know what? Emergencies happen, and you deal with them, but the show must go on, and it will.
About the show must go on. We forgot the folks up in Saco, Maine.
Wow. That's right. Right.
Seacoast RV is our good primary sponsor, creating family fun on Route 1, park model headquarters for the world, #1 craft park model dealer, #1 elevation park model dealer, Winnebago Motorhomes, Winnebago Towables, and they will be at the Boston RV and Camping Show, and we'll talk a little bit about that appearance at that little bit later on.
Yep.
So
let's just talk about one more thing before we go to Boston, Bob, and talk about the show. But Jerry is just writing, one of the reasons we're thinking of quitting, old age. Well, old age is one thing, health is another thing. And even though we all check out fine with our doctors and all that other stuff, you never know when crazy stuff is going to happen. But the fact is, you got to do it when you're capable of doing it. And there's so many people that never venture out because of that. So the other thing is this. We probably will never do a cross-country trip, because the reality is, if you're going the southern route, once you get west of Texas, once you get west of Dallas and Houston, you've got no major metropolitan areas until, if you want to call Albuquerque one thing, but, Phoenix or LA. And if you're on the northern route, once you get west of Chicago or Minneapolis, you've got nothing until you get to Seattle or Portland. So just a couple of things to keep in mind. We're blessed that we're okay. And, we're blessed that she's okay. So, and speaking of blessing.
Oh boy, now you raised the bar.
Father, he doesn't he look like, well, he looks very, I wouldn't say priestly.
Who, me?
Yeah, he does kind of look priestly. Maybe like a monk. Yeah.
He looks
A
like Don
monk,
Rickles.
yeah.
How about Don Rickles?
There you go. That's a whole lot closer.
There you go. So, that's the scoop.
Bill Sell, most of you know, as the man behind the scenes several times when John and I aren't doing production, but he also puts other events together. And Bill, why don't you tell them what you're going to be putting together here?
Yeah, well, we had a great program last year as we were leading in on the Saturday morning of the Boston RV and Camping Expo. And this year we're going to do it again. We're going to do a 2-hour live RVing in New England show with studio audience. We'll have a couple of chairs out there even, and be able to interview a few of the people who are in line. So we're looking forward to having as many of you there, either in person or joining us online, of course. It is a 2-hour program, so we don't expect everybody to come in at 8 o'clock and sit there the whole time. But people will be coming in, and
but once that mic goes live at 8 o'clock,
mm-hmm.
do you think John and I are just going to sit there and say nothing until
Nope.
it goes up?
That's right.
John's going to bring people there. That's
autographs.
No, my contract says that I don't work for more than 20 minutes at a time without taking a 25-minute break.
I see.
Okay. And we're going to need refreshments, and not just coffee. We're going to need some of them. Some of them, they're expensive croissants.
Well, no, there's a Dunkin' Donuts next door. We get a bunch of little munchkins there.
You're gonna
John, we don't want to break the bank.
You ever try to eat munchkins for 2 hours?
As they flood through on the lobby, all you have to do is hold that box of munchkins up there and you draw it over like, other stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know if Gary Edgard's budget is going to carry enough money to bring us croissants and a spread the way that John would like.
No, that's Bob's again. That's Bob and John's budget.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's the nerve because it's outside there. But we could bring a little camping stove and make up a can of Chef Boyardee. We can easily pop the top off and
or just throw it in the microwave.
Get the electric skillet.
Oh yeah, that'd be a nice.
Wait, Bill. We don't need a camping stove. We've got 200 RVs
inside the hall. Yeah, we have to get in early though, because this is before the doors open that day, Saturday morning.
Bernie, you bring an Allegro bus and we'll test it and see if it can handle it.
And Bernie could get the munchkins on his way in because he usually gets in there early. And if he does it around 8, then when Campers Inn does their rah-rah sales meeting at 9, he will, he'll go with a full stomach and ready to rock and roll.
Isn't there a Dunkin' Donuts on D Street right there?
It is. It's right across the street. Yeah. That's where.
But isn't there one next to? Oh, I'm thinking the old place, the old World Trade Center.
There it was in the building. Yeah, this one is across the street on D Street.
Right. You can stop on D Street.
And we're staying at the Element right next door to it. So
yep. So it's right above it.
We should arrange. Bob, for future years, we should arrange to have a live camp out.
What's that?
We should have a live camp out. Invite 25 of our listeners to stay in those big RVs. The night before the show. One of the shows. Just come in.
Spend Friday night in an RV.
I'm sure that would go over really good.
Classic convention and exhibition.
Yeah, the
dealers would love that.
Dealers would love it. The convention center security probably would not. It's actually in their agreement, having signed many of them.
Do they have
dogs? They have police dogs that are going to come through, bomb sniffing dogs. They do every single show. It's part of the Mass Convention Center Authority protocol. Every show gets checked.
That means somebody from Southie owns a kennel.
That's a political statement there.
It's in the contract.
Somebody from Southie owns a kennel that's contracted to the Commonwealth.
That is a political statement, right?
Well, after a couple of cans of Chef Boyardee, John will be dropping some bombs. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
But it will be a fun show. We have a lot of friends who are going to be on the show floor. Most of those Saturday morning sales meetings, as Uncle Bernie's will be at 9 o'clock, that'll give us the 8 to 9 o'clock hour to hear from many of them and hear what's new and what's hot. And they'll have had 2 half days of attendance, so they'll know what people are looking at that point.
Well, last year, because last year we started at 9.
Bob, you're very soft.
An hour before the show, and we were getting the salesmen coming in, but they were in a hurry to get to their sales meeting.
Because it was at meeting time.
Yeah, so we grab all the salespeople from 8 to 9, and by that time we'll have a long line in the lobby.
Yep.
And then we grab consumers.
Yeah. And some of the salespeople will be coming directly from the bar.
Yeah. So,
it is day 3, so.
Bob,
if any of the fans are in line, certainly come on over. And
he's sounding fine to us. So, John, it might be on your end that the volume. Yeah.
Look at Kevin Horky.
Yeah, Bill, you're loud. Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday night, Kevin.
You're louder than the other 3 of us.
Bob, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking Eddie Merlot. When I see Kevin, I'm thinking
Thursday
Eddie
night.
Merlot.
We already agreed that's where we're going.
Yeah. Well, Kevin's here now.
Oh, he is here.
Kevin's with us.
Checked in. Yep.
And Kevin, tell us, will you be in Tampa as well? Does he usually go to Tampa?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, and I think he was in Mexico.
I don't think he. I don't know. I don't see him on here.
He's there.
Kevin he's at the 7:15 check-in.
7:15. Okay. Happy New Year, Ed. Let's see. Frank Belange. Hello, Frank. Are you in Fort Myers now, so that you can buy me a drink? And let me know your schedule there. John really wants SpaghettiOs.
Yeah,
Yes, he
they're a lot easier. They don't slurp as much. You can
right.
throw a whole
New England,
spoonful.
there is Dunkin'
Yeah,
on
you don't have to
every
process
corner.
that meat.
Besides,
Well, they're overtaking Florida, Don. There's almost one on every corner down there too. Okay,
you know,
Horky's here. Good evening, Nerd. Looking forward to the show season.
oh, we'll see him in Tampa. Okay.
We
Okay. Oh,
will.
Mike Perry will be in Tampa as well. Okay. So we'll have
Oh
to
yeah,
have
Kevin's at Tampa. Mike is at Tampa. Yeah.
a New
Frank
England
says
reunion
hello.
down there. Kevin, were
Yes,
you just in
Tampa.
Mexico?
Okay.
Because it looked
Mike
like there was
Perry.
Mexican food on your plate.
I don't know. Hey, where Mike Perry? Tell us where you're going to be in Tampa. He said we know they don't have a Harley Davidson display, so they'll have to
Yeah, but
be
they'll be
an
he'll be
RV.
in one of the buildings.
Who's got the accessories in Tampa? Is that General RV?
Well, but
Oh, Tampa's in. Okay. Oh, that's right.
Oh,
In Tampa, Tampa's in.
very good.
Interesting. So they
Well,
must
we
must
have
be setting up
a lot of
store like
dealerships in
commercial.
Florida, so
Yeah, I thought General RV had the big store down there.
So
Frank
Frank
says-
is heading on the 13th, but it doesn't open until the 16th. So he must be there for
On the
the
17th on the public. He's camping on the grounds. You're still camping on the grounds, right, Frank? With your beautiful DRV fifth wheel. Okay, he'll be in the Campers Inn booth. James Conboy says
yes,
He's bringing the donuts and the box of Joe.
that's a real gentleman right there.
Yep,
now
there's the
that's a
answer.
classy guy.
Yep.
Somebody that doesn't have to be told to get the coffee and donuts in the morning or the Jack Daniels in the afternoon is a classy guy.
Oh boy.
Lucky says just got back from Mexico. I know I saw that down there with Jill and Kevin in Cancun. I hope your weather was better than what we got in Florida. Flying to Syracuse tomorrow morning to start show season.
Now, if that isn't a change of venue from Cancun to Syracuse, that is
Yeah, his blood's gonna be all thinned
Culture
out
shock.
from the hot weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a cryptic message for Kevin. Kevin, if you know about something and somebody that happened today or Friday, just send me a text. All right?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's
And
talking
the
in
rest,
code now.
the rest of you can sit there and wonder what the hell I'm talking about. The Turco, my nephew,
Something
has
happened to
Harley
somebody
accessory
somewhere,
store.
and you know what I'm talking about.
A Harley
Wait a minute, is
accessory
Palange-
store. Wait a minute.
is Palange already in Florida?
Who?
Is Palange already in
Oh, he
Florida?
says he's
Because
getting
he
It's
there
the
says
13th.
they
That's
leave
next
here
week.
the 13th and arrive in Tampa on the 16th. Well, if he's in Fort Myers, that's not
Well,
going to take.
he's got a site. He bought a site down there, so he's maybe going to his site, getting things set up, and then. But I know he was trying to get campground reservations on the fairgrounds.
It says he
we're-
is. The 7:19
out.
p.m. message. Two more. One more
says-
down.
NRVTA and RV will both be in Tampa. Are they exhibiting, Dawn? I know that the next season is going to start getting filmed at Margaritaville in Auburndale sometime in January. So I'm going to go up and check out the filming there. Frank says, yes, camping on the grounds. We leave here on the 13th and arrive in Tampa on the 16th. So, yeah, so that means he's going right to the fairgrounds. He'll be there setting up on Industry Day, and then he gets over there on the public days.
Yeah. So we also have a relationship now, Zagami. I don't know if I told you, but with Margaritaville in Auburndale, and they're inviting us down to stay for a couple weeks in either February or March to do some shows from there.
You do
So-
that, and I'll come up for a couple of days. February and March, we start
Right.
to see a little bit of daylight
Right.
on that.
If I get to Daytona and go right over after that, and
Yep.
the middle of February, the beautiful thing is all these shows are happening right around the same time. So if you miss one, you can go to the other. Except I just happen to be flying from one coast to the other to get to two shows. But anyway,
If you've seen our cover, although I changed, no, I did change. This is the new cover photo on the site. So if you're not familiar with the dates, the 25th and the 28th at the Boston Convention Exhibition Center, and see where it says click here to buy tickets online. Just click on that yellow or green, whatever the hell colored box it is.
Yep.
It takes you directly to the page to buy your tickets online. So don't forget that. And you already had that, okay?
Yep, and the show that we're doing, the live show, is 8 to 10 on January 27th, the Saturday morning.
Okay.
Saturday.
Fantastic.
Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
Is it okay if I join you guys on the 27th?
You're part of the 4-person crew. We have a photo somewhere from last year.
Hey, you're more than welcome to. Have any of you guys seen the new Nerve the truck going around Boston with this big billboard on it?
I have not seen that.
You haven't seen that? That cost me a lot of money. Now,
It looks like the Hess truck. Yeah.
Yeah, the reason is if you come to the show and sign up, you could win that Winnebago Hike 100. It'll be in its own little special spot. You get go up to the iPad, put all your information in. It is provided by our friends at Seacoast RV, our sponsor, and it'll be right opposite the Seacoast RV display.
So what do you do with all those like railings on the outside of that thing? I haven't seen anything like that.
See, obviously you and I aren't the outdoor type, Bernie, but the outdoor type know what that's a patented system that you can hook speakers on, or packs, or little suitcases, or canoes and kayaks and stuff like that. So it goes all around. There's more rails.
So it's kind of like an adaptation of a Thule rack or something, but it's designed specifically for that camper. Yeah, and
it's very strong, and you can throw a lot of stuff on the unit itself when you go off camping. And that particular Hike 100 is built for off-roading and boondocking. You can see the larger tires, big suspension. A little bit higher off the ground. So we think that's going to be a very popular giveaway and grand prize for the show this year, because each year we get a lot more younger families, outdoor enthusiasts that want to go hunting, fishing, kayaking, and doing all the other good things that they do outdoors. So we will see that. So we're at 7:24.
Hey, we should invite Palanche to be on the show 2 weeks from tonight. While we are in
2 weeks from tonight
in Tampa.
2 weeks from tonight, while we're in Tampa.
Yeah, not a week. No.
2 weeks.
2 weeks from tonight.
Two weeks.
Oh, yeah, he'll be on the grounds. Yeah.
Or we'll go to his place and do the show.
You just took the words out of my mouth. I was going to see. I have too many words. John's a man of concise saying. I was going to say, if Frank Palange was a nice guy, he would invite us over to his rig on Wednesday night and throw a couple of burgers and hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill, and we could do the show live from the Frank Palange mansion. Yeah, and Frank, I assume, Frank, you didn't come into Florida without some Jack Daniels on the coach. And if you did, find the nearest liquor store.
Yep, you can find it everywhere.
You can do it everywhere.
Well, you're a very gentile guest. I was thinking that he would be providing something like steaks or something, a little bit maybe.
Well, we don't like to get greedy, John, concise. There you go, Don. See, your fan club there.
Don, I was going to come see you.
You're getting a little bit of abuse here tonight.
I was going to come see you in Texas, but no, I'm not.
Yes, camping on the grounds. We already did that one. Okay.
Yep, you did that one.
Yeah. Right, but he hasn't responded to the offer that we just made to him to have him host the show. Yeah.
Well, he's probably.
Oh, here he goes. More than welcome, Bob. Wait a minute. More than welcome, Bob.
With capital letters.
Hey.
So it's my idea.
So the next. No, it wasn't your idea. You just got it out of your mouth faster than I did. I was already forming my sentence, and you just threw it out there.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you better watch out, because his next sentence might be, "You are not welcome, John,
for dinner."
Yeah.
That very well could be.
Come by after dinner. You can help with the dishes.
Well, but Frank, when he's out picking up the Jack Daniels, he can pick up a couple of cans of SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, they sell them at liquor stores everywhere.
Yeah.
Well,
At Buc-ee's.
actually, in Florida, they sell liquor at food stores,
Yes, they do.
right?
They absolutely do. All right, I'm going to give you your best radio voice, DePietro. Where am I?
We're early, Zagami.
I know. We're
early.
usually
Why?
5 or 10 minutes later
And
on.
there's so much else to cover in the second half. Yeah,
Yeah.
might as well get going.
So we want to thank everyone, especially our friends, all of our friends at Seacoast RV, Kenny, Amanda, and the whole crew for sponsoring RVing in New England. Also, especially for stepping up with the Winnebago hike that will be given away. You know what? They'll probably have are they bringing their park models down this year, Bob?
Yeah.
Yep,
Both cropped and elevation. They bring in Winnebagos. Yeah.
You got to come and see. You got to come. You know what? You'll see they're in pictures here, but until you get into one of those park models, you don't really. I personally think that they are the best value in the RV industry. So they're the number one crop dealer in the United States and the number one elevation dealer in the United States.
Both crop and elevation really stepped up their game with some beautiful units that they're contemporary. They had the night new colors. They got porches on the front, everything. And
they're cool.
let me bring up the special for them because, as I said before, if you come to the show, 2024, that has a value of $30,000. It's provided by Seacoast RV, and take the stuff that we're posting on our Facebook page and spread it out there and share it with your friends. Let them know that we have a lot of things different at the show this year, and run with it. We thank Kenny and Amanda for going above and beyond their regular sponsorship, but took the sponsorship of the giveaway that was offered to all our dealers. So we thank them very much. Bernie, what do you think about the show?
I think the show's going to be exciting. I do want to meet those guys from Seacoast because they're entertainers. They're interesting folks, and I want to meet the guy that says, "I need oil." That one in that video that happened over the winter when they were doing the winterization stuff. But I mean, they're a bunch of comedians, and they know how to have a good time. They understand that RVing is fun. And Bob, I'll tell you, I can already feel the excitement for the show coming up. Our dealership is starting to buzz. Things are just starting to move along. People are showing up, and they're calling in, and they want to know about the show. And we're excited to talk to them about it. But
when you talk to customers about getting ready for the show, and it's always difficult for dealerships to figure out what's going to hit the home run. What of all my inventory, what's the one? What goes through the process with that? If it's don't give me company secrets, but do the salespeople have an input saying, "Hey, I see more young people, or I see older people"? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, no, you're absolutely correct. It is a process. We don't just wing it because there's just so much going on. We have now 4 dealerships in the region,
Five.
And they all have their say, right?
Bernie, 5 of them. How many fingers you have on each hand, Bernie?
Yeah. I sprained my thumb today, so that one's not working. Yeah.
Well, yeah. That last finger is your Chichester, New Hampshire store, Bernie. You better hope Aaron's not watching.
Okay, no, that's right. You got Chichester, Kingston, Merrimack, Union. Oh my goodness, there are 5. Yeah, and then if you start counting New Jersey, which is kind of not really New England, but it's close enough. Yeah. The region's pretty big.
Pedro did us a favor. He went off camera to change his T-shirt.
Oh, thank God.
He's collecting a bunch of nice ones.
No, he does pretty good. Oh yeah. That's a good shot.
Isn't that good? Allie will like that.
Yes,
beautiful.
Bob, how do we do a screenshot of that?
A screenshot of your shirt?
Yeah, forget my face.
Well, I can.
I make them.
He can record this for you.
I make these 3-dimensional.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Oh,
the whole shirt is
it's
because of
got
my
contour.
stomach.
Yeah.
My stomach. Anyway, so we're happy to
So
partner
DePietro,
with.
when you get out to what's that place you're going to? Quartzsite?
Yes, sports site.
What in the little time that you're going to be there, what are your responsibilities? Who are you going to see? What do you expect to see?
Well, we'll be talking to actually Tony Barthel. I haven't seen Tony on yet tonight. He's moving. He's making his way from Northern California to Southern California over. And Tony's going to give me a tour of Quartzsite. Here's what I can't understand. He said it's kind of like the Wild West in a good way. It's a city during
like
the normal.
Tonto and the Low Ranger?
It could be. It could be. But it's a city that has 2,500 people that reside in it full time. But during the winter, when the RVers show up, there are about 250 to 2 million, depending upon who you listen to. Or maybe that's a cumulative number. But this is the big Quartzsite show that they're just putting the tent up yesterday.
Just for you, DePietro, I behind the scenes while you were talking, don't want you to think I'm just another pretty face.
Oh, nice going.
You know, I wouldn't
There
do
we
that
go.
for everybody, DePietro, but now we
We'll
get it.
send that to Allie.
We'll send it to Allie and say,
Yeah, exactly.
here's that. Yeah.
So is your chicken in there? Yeah, the one I cooked. That's right.
How'd you do with that? It must have taken
You
you
know
4
what?
hours.
I don't know why I thought of that, but I'll tell you one thing. It's a lot easier to go to BJ's or Shaw's or Costco and get their chicken for $4.99 than doing that bologna lesson. But I stuffed it like at Thanksgiving.
Oh, now look at Frank. Frank's trying to suck up to you now. Frank says he should have a V&F Auto shirt on. Now, John, in order to have a V&F Auto shirt on, you have to have a V&F Auto shirt.
Right.
So do you have one in your wardrobe?
Hold on. Let me check. No, I have a Belize shirt. I have a Sarrett Ford shirt. I have a Central Chevrolet shirt.
Did Winnebago send you any shirts?
No, these are the 3 shirts I got. Spacious Skies, Campers Inn, and
Boy, Frank is not giving up on you, man. He's all
Not
over you
tonight.
like white on rice.
Bob, did you have a wide angle lens? Thanks, Frank.
Frank, I'll send you his address after the show. And he takes an extra large.
Yeah. I'll tell you, this feels like this one. This is an XL, but it's a stretch.
It's a slender one.
Yeah, I need no.
So Allie has to send you a 2XL.
Yeah, 2XL next time. But at the rate John was heading, I thought he was going to try to replace a Quartzsite bookseller. Oh, I don't know.
Hey, I see that Ryan's still on there. I didn't have a chance to, we literally just finished the program today, but Chris Doherty can't be with us this year. He's doing something down on the technical side of the fence. Chris is down at PRVCA doing some technical training, but Ryan is doing a session on Saturday and a session on Sunday. Randy Murray's doing a session on Saturday and then on Sunday. And last night, Ryan reminded me that we need to do the technical roundtable. We had talked about, Walter and Scott Barr had done a great job last year with their camper to camper. And John gave a couple of questions. So Ryan thought, hey, why aren't we doing that with technicians? So we are. Saturday at 4:00 on the main stage will be Ryan Hadley and Randy Murray. And I think maybe me, maybe Scott Barr, but Mike Sokol. Mike Sokol's doing his electricity. And then either John or I will moderate, or both of us. But Saturday at 4:00, any question you got on the technical side of the fence or your RV, you got the 3 of the best guys in the country sitting up there on the stage. So make sure you do that.
And you know what, Bob? You say that, and we may have a tendency to take it lightly, but those guys you mentioned, Sokol, Murray, and Hadley, are first class. And just because they're from the same area that we're in, that does not minimize their knowledge of this industry. So,
I agree.
That
So
would not be nice, Bill. That would
Bill's off
clear this
Bill's
place
off
out.
eating his supper, but he had to get another shot in there. Set up a runway. Actually, we do have room to set up a runway this year, and the seminar stage is on the show floor this year. We're not doing the second floor because we're all the way down the back of the building. So we flip from the front to the back, which means if you park in that lot out in the back of the building, you don't have as far to walk into the show. So we don't have any upstairs rooms there. What's this say, Don Pat Hawes? There used to be a naked bookseller in Quartzsite. And which book did you buy, Don?
No, she was thinking that John was going to operate that bookstore, right? So if you look back at 734,
Frank is quick. He picked up on that runway right away.
Yeah.
Run, Ryan says, looking forward to it. Thanks, guys. No, we're looking forward to it.
Ryan, did you grow a beard, Ryan, during the break? Ryan posted pictures. Ryan took some time off to be with his kids. They were up in New Hampshire. Ryan, did they enjoy that candy store? Have you ever seen a candy store that big up in?
I've been there.
Like
I forget the name of it. He had the kids in candy stores. He had them in ice cream parlors. He had them on the slopes, and nice family vacation up there.
Did you grow a beard, Ryan? So just let us know. We'll recognize you. If I say, oh yeah.
Jim Convoy says,
"I'll Bob one too."
If they send John one of our T-shirts, will you wear it? Need to know size, as I only go up to XL. I'm an XL, and John is an XL. So if you need addresses, I can certainly send them to you. We are not proud. We love to wear our member shirts.
You know what? You should mention that, Jim is going to be one of the major exhibitors at the show, right? He's going to have his big display, and he has that funny little vehicle that he has with the RV roof on it. And
yeah. You will be there. Sherry Fuller will be there.
Yeah.
And I want to give credit to our three largest exhibitors this year who really stepped up to the plate. Campers Inn. Now the largest is Pete's RV. Second largest is Campers Inn. And Bernie, you only missed the number one spot by 40 square feet. Couldn't you squeeze out another $10? And
40 square feet.
40. I was talking to Chad today, and Chad, hey, I'm number one. Pete's RV, right there, number one.
That's less than half the room that I'm sitting in here, my office, 40 square feet. It's 4 feet that way and 10 feet that way.
The third is the Silva family over at Cold Springs RV.
You'll be able to tell them because the Campers Inn people will be in orange. The Pete's people will all be in yellow, and the Silva people for Cold Spring will all be in red.
They're in red, and now red. Pizza's got two colors though. Pizza's got yellow for the sales reps and white for the managers, right? Shirts
right. There's a lot more sales people than managers.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
It's going to be good to see the folks from Cold Springs. I know a bunch of the people that work there, and they're always good to see, once in a while. And they got a pretty big display this year. For some, it looks bigger than Cold Springs.
Well, you know what they did, and I think it was brilliant because they used to always take the long aisle as soon as you come in.
Right.
But the issue was if you were down on the left side of it, and your customer says, I want to see Ray Panzini, and he's all the way down the other end of the aisle, then you got people going up and down. So they took a big square this year, and they're going to have everybody in the square. So it does look bigger. I
think it'll be a more functional space for them.
Yeah.
And you know what? Campers Inn always has a maze of rows in there. But the best part about going to the Campers Inn booth, Bob, is that we found out where the snack.
We know exactly where the snacks are. Right.
And then they bring in grinders.
Have a spot. Yeah.
They bring in grinders from JJ's across the street, Jimmy John's, and it's always nice to be over at Campers Inn around noontime every day of the show. So we figured it all out, Bernie.
So I feel sorry I'm blocking you there, Bernie.
No worries.
But I feel like giving 2 tickets away to the show. So I will, John, give me a number. It's between 1 and 5.
9.
Oh, between 1 and 4.
9.
1 and 5.
Huh?
9.
No, between 1 and 4, and in between 1 and 4 is 2 and 3.
Okay.
So one of those numbers. There you go.
3. Okay. So the person who was the third person to mention SpaghettiOs or Chef Boyardee will get 2 tickets to the show. Now,
I'll look that up.
You'll have to go back and figure that out.
Maybe Bill Sell, if he's eating his dinner and watching the show. The
And
third
you can
preference
you can
to-
tell you can tell Zagami is such a tightwad on the tickets that he has to write sample over them. So
Well,
for
I don't wanna
fear
break
of
people
somebody
to count
taking
up.
a photo,
All
for fear
Right.
of somebody taking a screenshot and then printing out a ticket. Good Lord. It took you more
right,
time to
now-
do that than if you gave a ticket away.
Okay, smart ass. Now, DePietro, you give 2 tickets away, and let's see what you do.
Okay. You know what? I think we should give 2 tickets away to everybody who showed up for the show tonight. How's that?
No,
Wow.
you paying for it? I'm giving free tickets away. If you want to pay for those, I could let you do that.
Oh, well, I think, like
Bernie, be thinking of how you're going to give away 2 tickets. Because
I'll give
Okay, I'm
tickets
trying to
away
figure
to-
out this SpaghettiO thing.
DePietro's struggling, so if you want to go above,
No. I think anybody who's out of state will give tickets to, because that means they wouldn't be coming otherwise. So if we give Hawes a pair of tickets, he'll fly in from Texas and scalp the
I don't think
tickets and then go back.
I don't think so. But maybe he knows somebody here in New England that would want them. But he's not the
Right.
only one. Oh no, Frank is still here. Charlie Butler is out of state, I think. Oh no, he's in New Hampshire. He's in it. All right. So is that what you want to go with? The first person who's out of state, and I'm sure it's done. Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. All right, you're up, Bernie.
So I'm just looking. I think that the SpaghettiOs thing. The only reference I can find, we talked about it a lot, was from Ryan and Amy Hadley.
No, there was 2 or 3 references, wasn't there? No, you think for yourself. I thought of that one.
No. I was just trying to find it in there. Okay, so my
come up with something to give away 2 tickets.
Oh yeah, my contest is, and this should be able to figure out pretty well. My middle initial is F. If someone can guess my name, and it might even be of someone that's watching the show right now, that would be the winner. If you can guess my middle name.
Is that your F like in Frank?
Yep.
Okay.
Can't be.
But
If he's Uncle Bernie Colleton, his middle name is Bernie. It's not F. It's not Fernie.
I said it was F. I'm just giving you guys a chance.
It's not
All
Fernie.
right. So if anybody guesses your name, so you'll check and let me know. They will get 2 tickets.
Yeah.
Oh, Estelle Drew is from New Hampshire. That's out of state.
Oh,
Well, I thought you
James
meant
Conboy. He's got it already. James Conboy's nailed it.
nailed what? Your
My middle name,
Is it with an I or an E?
Francis, with an I.
Okay.
So Jim Convoy gets 2 tickets.
He's the winner, but he's already going, so he's going to be giving them to some of his friends. I
You can
guess.
give them to somebody else. Everybody. Okay, so we got the third SpaghettiOs, Don Hutz, and Jim Convoy.
Oh wow!
Well, we're gonna
Yeah, we got now some extra
fill that place with freebies.
SpaghettiO people.
So Bernie, what is the most expensive coach that Campers-Inn is going to bring to the show?
That's a great question.
Bus.
And-
I know I asked it.
Yeah, and you know what? I would like to say it's unofficial, but you put it on this show and 1 million people watch it. So I mean,
Well, just say it's unofficial.
it's
You don't tell
unofficial.
anybody.
Unofficially, we're going to be bringing a Tiffin Allegro 34 PA.
Oh, good size.
And maybe something else,
Yeah.
but that part's really unofficial because I don't even know. Yeah.
He just made that up.
What?
Tell him you're bringing a Phaeton, or bringing
I would
a
love to
Zephyr.
tell you I'm bringing a Phaeton.
Tell
But
him
it's a
you're
Phaeton,
bringing
not
a
a
Zephyr.
Phaeton. But yes, I
You
don't.
got
I don't
Newmar
think-
anywhere? You don't have Newmar up there, do you?
I
No.
don't have Numa, but I did.
Oh,
we do have.
you know what? I'm wrong. The
What?
most expensive piece we're going to be bringing is Verona from Renegade.
Oh, Class Super C.
Super C. Those
that
are
blue one?
sweet. Huh?
Is it that blue one that's up in Merrimack?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's such an amazing product. I've seen a lot of product in the last 14 years that I've worked there. And that is probably the most concise, precise, just well put together piece I've ever seen is the Renegade product. So neat and tidy. Every nut, bolt, screw, everything is put in the right place. Very well engineered, high quality components. And even the way they fasten things is uniquely durable.
Hey, another thing is, after driving one for 4,000 or 5,000 miles, those Super Cs, in my opinion, are easier to drive than a traditional Class A.
Oh yeah,
because of the way they're set up.
I agree.
And
yeah, the vantage point is great. You just feel like you're in charge when you're.
You're in charge. And when you reach up and pull that air horn, people get out of the way. That was the thing I loved the most when we had that Dynamax, pulling that air horn.
I want to give a little credit out to a dealer who is making their first appearance at the Boston RV and Camping Show. And I have been after Tim Christensen to come into the Boston show. He does a nice job in the Springfield show, but he's bringing two product lines that have not only is he as a dealer not been at the show, he is bringing two of the hottest products out there today that are now starting to set up dealers. So this is what his ad is going to look like in the show program. Tim's RV up in RVing, Mass. You've heard us talk about that along the beautiful Mohawk Trail. And he is the new dealer, the only dealer in New England with the Oliver travel trailers. And he also has the Intech product line. He's going to be bringing the Intech Terra Magnolia, which is a larger product. You can see them at booth 206 at the show. So we welcome Tim, and I want you all to go by and say hello to Tim and buy a lot of his trailers, because I told him we were going to make it so good for him that he will never, ever again miss the Boston show. Good.
Yep.
Yeah, I look forward to meeting him. He's a great character on the show. Obviously, he has a wonderful product like many other dealers in New England. It'd be very interesting to meet him as well.
And he's expanding the dealership. He bought the building next door, so they're going to be expanding the dealership. They're doing very well out there in Western Mass. So, Preacher, what are you looking for in the show?
The thing is this. I think we need to tell people, if you're coming from Central Mass or beyond, make it a full day. Don't just go to the show. Go to there's so many great restaurants down in the Seaport now where, it used to be Pier 4 and what was the other one? Jimmy's Harborside. They're all gone, but there are some great restaurants down there and some great steakhouses.
I love Jimmy's Harborside. The seafood platter at Jimmy's Harborside was to die for.
Yep.
Yeah, and Del Fuego's is just an amazing steak.
And here's a tip for our fans. We're doing something a little bit different this year. We're opening up at 4:00 on Thursday afternoon till 8:00, Friday noon to 8:00. So if you're in there like on Thursday, especially Thursday, but even Friday, if you come in after work or early after work, it is not going to be possible for you to see everything on the show floor. So on the way out of the show, stop at the will call booth and tell them
get another ticket.
You want to come back tomorrow, and they'll give you a free ticket on Saturday or Sunday to come back into the show, because we realize it's a short time frame on Thursday and Friday. So if you're in there Thursday and Friday, maybe you go over for a couple of drinks after work, check out the stuff yourself, and then maybe you go home and get the spouse and the kids for Saturday or Sunday, bring them back in, and we'll give you the ticket for it.
And also on weekends, there are some pretty good hotel deals in that area. You got the Renaissance, you got the Wyndham, you got the new
Omni
across the street. You got Element, you got Aloft. Maybe on Saturday night.
If you're down in that area and you want to stop by and buy me a drink, I'll be at the Omni. So,
yep.
Are your whole crew's at the Omni?
Yeah. We're very fortunate. Yeah.
I think you can walk over without even going on the ground.
is it going to be? They're going to change the name on the front to Campers Inn Hotel. You just buy the
Yeah,
hotel.
that would be a good idea. Yeah.
That'd be nice. And actually, there's a walkway, so you don't even have to go outside. Didn't they build? I don't know if it's open, but didn't they build a walkway from there? I know there
Yeah,
is.
they did. But
Across the way.
it goes. But see, we're going to be going towards the front, and we're all the way in the back. Going to figure out like how we're going to manage that. You know.
Say that
Yeah,
again.
well, you go through the
Yeah.
front.
So
to
like
get to
now,
the back.
now the show's in the back of the building, and we used to be in the
Oh,
front.
that's right. That's right. You'd have
You
to
just
go
have to walk. You have to walk another 20 feet.
Yeah.
20 feet. It's like a half a mile.
Yeah, well,
You know, I'm
After 12
surprised.
hours.
I'm surprised nobody asked about our contest
Oh yeah.
for the solo bonfire portable fire pit. And unfortunately, I got home and didn't get a chance to make up the winner's slide, but I will be posting it on the website tomorrow. James M. in Biddeford, Maine, was selected out of hundreds. In fact, I'm going to do a contest every month this year. We had tremendous response to it. So James is the winner up in Biddeford, Maine. And congratulations. We will post that tomorrow so other people can see it.
we'll ship it to you, Jim. It'll cost you $200 in shipping charges, but you'll enjoy it.
We did that.
John will hand deliver it to your door.
When John and I are hungry at the show, we can come back into the private snack area, right?
We'll work something out. You got to give me a little more airtime, though.
Huh? I don't
You got to give me
know.
a little more airtime if you're going to be stealing my snacks.
Huh? Okay,
Yeah.
you have to think about that. And don't forget, tell your friends. Go onto our website, our Facebook page, take that graphic and share it with all your friends who you go camping with, all your family members. Tell them, come to the Boston show, and you could not walk out because the drawing won't be until Monday, I think, on the drawing. But you want to be there and make an entry for yourself, and maybe you'll go camping in a new Winnebago hike courtesy of Seacoast RV. So we'll let you. Were we up there? Yeah, we're up there. Let me see. Oh, that's the other one. Okay. And there's what you're going to be able to choose from and see everybody. And don't forget, we have campgrounds. We don't. I'll be honest with you. We don't have as many as we used to have. Campgrounds are kind of
A lot of them are booked.
it's very difficult to get campgrounds into any of the consumer shows nationwide. I'm sure Tampa doesn't fit into that category because they get two big buildings of campgrounds and accessory suppliers. So I think we'll find Mike Perry in Building A or Building B with that.
So, Bob, I wanted to ask you, what is this wine slushy guy booth? What is that all about? And should I be curious?
Do you like wine?
Yeah, of course I like wine.
He likes to whine.
It's like a slushy that you get at
Greg said he
7-Eleven.
loves to whine. Bernie's always whining.
It's like a slushy that you get at 7-Eleven or
Yeah, but isn't that like alcohol abuse? I mean, I don't know. Like
alcohol abuse. Well,
yeah, you're abusing the alcohol.
I suppose it depends on how much wine you put in the slushy. Maybe maybe
No,
they're
I'm talking about
maybe it's regular.
abusing the alcohol.
I
The
see them
alcohol
every
being
year.
the victim. Yeah.
All I want to see is the Jack Daniels booth, and don't screw around by putting it in.
That would be a slushy. Yeah.
Now, I just saw the first post from Audrey. I'm surprised if she's been here the whole show, she hasn't chimed in on something yet. She's normally pretty.
At the beginning.
Yeah, no, she's here at 7:54, but I haven't seen her chime in at all tonight. So, Audrey, welcome to.
I've noticed campgrounds aren't well represented. You are right, but the state guides are. You're right. Mass Campground is there. New Hampshire, Maine is there, and
Massachusetts.
There is none in Vermont. I don't know if Connecticut will come up, but
Massachusetts.
Yeah, Mass, New Hampshire, and Maine are definitely going to be there. Sorry, had the grandkids. Oh, so
late? They're taking advantage of you.
Did you put them to bed now?
They're taking advantage of you.
Huh? Well, plus, now I don't know. She said, doesn't that qualify as being late?
No,
it definitely is late. I
Zagami.
know it's a good excuse, but
Definitely late.
Zagami, we have friends that are from Florida, and they went up to visit their child in New York City, and then the child, without any prior knowledge, said to the parents, "Oh, by the way, we're going to come back to Florida with you, with 2 kids, age 8 and 2, and then they were going to leave for 3 days, her and the husband, to go down to Miami." I heard of another situation where some children sprung grandkids onto the grandparents recently. Do you know anything about that?
I was sitting at a table at my daughter's house in Newton, and her and her boyfriend were going to go to Maine, and he was nice enough to invite Bobby because he's divorced and he's got a couple of kids. And then she said, Dad, when are you going home? I said, "Oh, Friday." And she said, "Well, if you stay over a day, then Sean and I can go to Maine, and you get Bobby all day Friday and all day Saturday." So we changed our flight, stayed the extra day, and we had Bobby all day Friday and all day Saturday.
And then what did you do?
Huh?
And then what did you do Friday night?
Friday night, got Chinese food.
Saturday night. What did you do Saturday night?
Oh, Saturday night we flew out at 10 o'clock, landed in Fort Myers at 1:30, drove home, got home at 2:30, did a little unpacking, and went to bed at 4 o'clock.
whew,
Just another
marathon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course, the highlight of the trip was when 10-year-old Bobby informed me that he wanted to go to MIT to be a software engineer. He's already programming computers. When I
Wow.
asked him where he thinks he might like to go, he said, I think MIT.
Not Harvard?
Huh? Not Harvard.
MIT would be better suited for that degree.
Does anybody go to Harvard now?
No, I think everyone left.
Well, she gets a lot of credit. In just 10 minutes in front of Congress, she cost them $1 billion off their endowment. So
you think this little plagiarism thing is like a little bit of a sandbag?
Oh, boy. You know what?
I know, it's off topic.
We're getting it. Yeah. We're getting into the weeds. All right. I'm going to let you do the last commercial, John. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We will see you next week. And then 2 weeks from now, as we said, we will
in Florida.
And we may be at Frank Palange's fifth
broadcast studio.
We will be somewhere in Florida. That's for sure. All right, John, take us out.
Okay, let's go. Thank you to Seacoast RV Sales Service Parts. They're on Route 1 there in Saco, Maine. They have park models. They have Winnebago towables. They have Winnebago drivables, some great Class Bs. And they have one of the nicest camp stores at any dealership that I've seen anywhere in the country, let alone just New England. So special thanks to Seacoast RV. And with that being said, it is 8 o'clock. We will see you next week.
Sure you come
Happy New Year.
Go RVing.
Make sure you come to the show and register for the Winnebago Hike 100. We are out of here.
This edition of RVing in New England was a presentation of the New England RV Dealers Association. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.